is the only thing even vaguely resembling a story to come out of the Obama end of the Blagojevich scandal in Illinois this week. A Chicago Sun-Times columnist with a one-sentence mention of rumored rumblings that Chief of Staff Rahm Emanuel was heard in 21 separate conversations recorded by the wiretaps. Nothing nefarious even implied, let alone stated. But in our third story in the countdown, turns out the columnist's speed is gossip. In print, she repeatedly refers to herself in the third person, like some vestige from the Walter Winchell days. And her scrap of a story has now been completely denied by a source in the Obama transition team, to Savannah Guthrie of NBC News. But the questions keep coming, largely because reporters seem to be annoyed that they cannot have their Christmas presents tonight. As Obama named Colorado Senator Ken Salazar to lead the Interior Department and picked former Iowa Governor Tom Vilsack to lead the Agriculture Department, the first question was about Rod Blagojevich, specifically that issue of transparency, which he promised voters during the campaign.
Well, it's a little bit frustrating. There's been a lot of speculation in the press that I would love to correct immediately. We are abiding by the request of the U.S. Attorney's Office, but it's not going to be that long. By next week, you guys will have the answers to all your questions.
Amazingly, Newt Gingrich agrees with Obama. The former speaker denounced his own party's attempt to tie Obama to Blagojevich, calling an internet ad titled "Questions Remain" a, quote, destructive distraction. As for the real news in Illinois, Governor Blagojevich found out today the Illinois Supreme Court will not strip him of power, the court refusing to declare him unfit to serve, rejecting a lawsuit brought by the Illinois Attorney General and a separate one brought by several voters. So now the pressure grows on the Illinois legislature to impeach Blagojevich. His defense attorney, Ed Gensen, told the impeachment committee that just because the feds had his client talking illegal on tape, that did not amount to any illegal actions. His lawyer also adding that Blagojevich won't name a successor to Obama because Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid already said he would not accept anybody who the governor would pick. The governor himself insisting again he will talk to the media soon.
I can't wait to begin to tell my side of the story and to address you guys and, most importantly, the people of Illinois. That's who I'm dying to talk to. There's a time and place for everything. That day will soon be here, and you might know more about that today, maybe no later than tomorrow.
Time now to call in Pulitzer Prize-winning syndicated columnist, editorial board member of the Chicago Tribune, Clarence Page. Good evening, sir.
Evening, Keith.
The state Supreme Court bailing out and Blagojevich's lawyers saying his client is not going to appoint anybody to the Senate because the Senate won't seat him anyway. What does this mean for the open Senate seat?
It's going to stay open for a while, it looks like. Governor Blagojevich doesn't appear to be ready to go anywhere. And the Democrats in the Illinois General Assembly are singing that old song, "How Can We Miss You If You Won't Go Away?" Right, frankly, they don't have much other choice right now. They were talking about a special election the other day, but that talk faded on Monday as the Republicans started sounding real excited about the possibility that they might win that seat. This is, after all, how Blagojevich became governor. He was following Republican Governor George Ryan after he went off to jail. Blagojevich was the reform candidate, the change agent. And so now we're in the situation now where the system seems to be in gridlock.
The change agent, as in, if you've got your bill is too large, I can change that $1,000 bill.
He's got some change for you. That's right.
If even Newt Gingrich says the attempts to link Obama to this scandal are a destructive distraction, does the media need to get a little introspective at these news conferences, or possibly a little, dare I use this word, patient?
That may be too much to ask, you know? But I think certainly, well, there are just so many media, but certainly all of us who are also in the audience of the media, everybody needs to be a little critical in their thinking here. The fact is, just because there are questions hanging out there unanswered doesn't mean there aren't good answers to the question. Everybody's lawyered up now. Blagojevich would love to talk, and I know he would, but he's lawyered up. Obama says he would love to give his report now, but the U.S. Attorney says, he'd like to have another week before he does that. Rahm Emanuel isn't talking. And so, we journalists, what are we left with but to speculate over what the answers might be? And it just could be, that especially in the case of Obama and Rahm Emanuel, the answers might just exonerate them. Already we've heard the U.S. Attorney say there's not a cloud of suspicion over them. And Blagojevich himself indicates in his wiretapped conversations there that he made some appeals to the Obama folks, and all he got was, quote, appreciation.
What, Clarence, do you think is appropriate to ask right now about this? I mean, should reporters be pushing Fitzgerald's office to find out why he wants the delay? Are there sort of peripheral things to kind of keep the appetite whetted until the information is fully available next week?
Well, reporters certainly are pushing Fitzgerald, and he's been pushed before, and he answers in his own time. But there are questions. For example, all of the criminal complaint against Blagojevich concerns activities that took place in the last 2 months. This investigation of Blagojevich and people around him has been going on for over 4 years. What else does Fitzgerald have? These are important questions because this criminal complaint itself, Blagojevich's lawyer makes a point that this is all talk. There's no action, and that's a weak case to make, unless you can really charge conspiracy or something. So just the fact that he sounds like a sleaze bucket doesn't mean he's broken the law as far as what a jury will listen to.
And about the where we started with this, with Rahm Emanuel's reported appearance on wiretaps, there was a later report that says he has been pushing, surprise, surprise, Valerie Jarrett, longtime Obama associate, for that seat. But even if he was recorded on, say, 1,000 conversations, does it only begin to matter if somebody on the Blagojevich side asked for money or a quid pro quo and Emanuel answered, okay, how much?
Well, that's absolutely right. Then you would have a price tag being put on what is supposed to be a choice, a decision made on behalf of the public. We've known for years presidents have given ambassadorships to big contributors, and been all kinds of other kinds of deals or payback made in an informal sort of a way. That's become part of politics in America. But when you do put a price tag on it, that is illegal. That's that quid pro quo.
Clarence Page, the Pulitzer Prize winning columnist, the Chicago Tribune, and many good local newspapers around the country. As always, sir, great thanks for your time tonight.
And thank you for having me, Keith.